Soft entry.
Soft entry. Greetings at Listenerland.
No. We wait till we've done the soft entry first.
I'm doing it
Let's
soft.
pretend that we don't know it's recording.
I'm doing it.
These sexy chaps. And look at your nipples, Wayne.
Oh, wow.
Put them away.
Body of the god.
Yes, I'm just drinking, aren't I?
Yes. Yes.
It's a god. It's Buddha, actually. That's.
Is that what it is? Is that
it's
the god of Buddha?
It's a deity rather than a god.
It's called Buddha Woulda Coulda.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Buddha, well, he's been on.
Anyway, greetings, Listenerland. Greetings, Rod. I hope you're going to enjoy this one. There'll be all sorts of things going off and happening, and I'm sure you'll have a laugh. Make you a brew this time.
In fact, I think he's got his own whiskey that is advertising. Pour yourself a whiskey.
It's quite nice. You seem to like it.
But I'm sure you've had enough beer of at festive season. Have a brew, put pot on, and make you a coffee. Sit down and have a listen to this, or watch it if you're on YouTube. So what we got? Anybody got? No. Or is it a short one? And is this a goodbye?
Right. Good night.
Well, okay. We'll start off your quiz.
Oh.
Well, go on then.
All right.
Now, if I read these out to you,
I like a good quiz.
I'm going to say to you, it's either band or bull.
Right. So you're going to get us answers, and we've got to ask questions.
No.
So is one of them the name of a bull?
No.
Oh.
This is where it all gets complicated. It seems so easy to me. In my mind, it's so simple.
Is it an eye?
No.
Bull's eye? No.
I will give you
answers.
6 descriptions
of a bull.
No. 6 descriptions of bands.
Right.
One of them is not a band. You're going to tell me which one is the figment of my imagination.
Ooh.
Are you ready? August Burns Red. The American Dollar. The Telltale Head. If trees could talk, this would destroy you. This will destroy you. And Light and Motion. Would you like me to go through them again?
And what we've got to find?
Which one's the fake?
How many are fake?
Yeah.
How many are fake?
One.
Just one.
The motion one.
I'm going to go with the trees one.
So I'll go through again.
Okay.
August Burns Red, The American Dollar, The Telltale Head, If Trees Could Talk, This Will Destroy You, Light and Motion.
Light and Motion.
You're going for Light and Motion?
If Trees Could Talk.
And you're going for If Trees Could Talk. Well, Light and Motion had a track out called Antilles. Okay. And If Trees Could Talk had a track out called Smokestack.
Oh.
But The Telltale Head is actually an episode of The Simpsons.
Oh.
Well, how about that?
The Simpsons.
All right. So I have a question for you.
Go on.
The impact of social media on emerging artists. How has it changed the industry, landscape, and discovery? So how has social media affected the music industry? How do you feel it has? And then
I think it's a major player now. You can't do it without it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So this stems from a video that somebody made on social media, ironically, and they were saying why is it now that all musical artists need to also have a social media presence? Why do they all need to be social media influencers? Can you imagine Tom York? This is what they were saying. Can you imagine Tom York in the 90s saying, "Hey guys, listen to my new song.
Yeah.
It's called Karma Police.
Yeah, I've got plastic trees."
Yeah. Doing a little dance. Now to have now to have attention, you need to have a following, you need to do all this crap, you need to be an entertainer and be enthusiastic about marketing.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen is you're going to what's going to be left behind is all these Tom Yorks from Radiohead who just want to make great music. Or a more relevant version would be David Gilmour's. All these great players, all these great musicians that aren't going to get the exposure that they deserve because they aren't bothered about doing a dance and making trending videos on social media. But that will affect what the majority will listen to. That is going to affect how people consume music.
That will affect how the algorithm
Yeah.
works in your favour or against you. If you've got to get the algorithm working in your favour, or else you're not going to get anywhere.
So
unfortunately,
you're not going to get these artists like Tom York,
no.
or like Leonard Cohen, or like Bob Dylan. You're going to get.
Well, you will, but they'll not get the recognition they deserve.
But
Yeah,
don't you think they're at an age now where they don't have to anyway?
No. What we mean is these people that's coming through now that are underground artists that are
They don't want to do
not
dances.
media orientated. They're just artists. They're not going to get picked up as quick as somebody that's going on doing a song and a dance.
Oh right, yeah. Well, yes.
Whereas,
but the true art is them.
Yeah.
Half the time.
Bob Dylan could get up and go, "Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man," but someone's not be able to. That opportunity's gone now. You have to now have like lots of shiny jackets, and you have to do a dance and all that sort of crap. And X amount of followers to be even signed up by.
Well, the record labels
company.
won't touch you.
They won't.
Unless you've got the numbers. What's your Spotify like? What's your Instagram like? What's your hits on this? That's what they look at now.
Do you know where that started?
I don't know.
Modelling. That started in modelling. So you couldn't get signed up for a modelling contract if you hadn't got X amount of followers, because modelling was currency.
Yeah.
So even if you were like Drop Dead Gorgeous, or I don't know, you were whatever you were people were looking for, like Kate Moss. Kate Moss wouldn't have got signed up in today's world if she hadn't got X amount of followers.
It's madness, isn't it?
It's crazy, isn't it? It's absolute.
And it's the same thing with musicians.
It's absolute craziness.
So
the world's gone mad.
Well, you've got to be fully encompassing with today's social media. So, like I've told you before, there's a person I like, the guitarist that I like, Grace Bowers. She's all over Nashville. She's got no stuff out of her own yet, but she's all over Nashville. She's jumping up and playing with everybody, and people are invited on stage, and these stages she's jumping up on are getting bigger and bigger and the bigger shows.
Plus, she's got a bigger jump.
Really needs to crack down, doesn't it?
It's a bigger jump.
She's a great player. She's 17-year-old. She's a great player.
Yeah, you've mentioned
she's
her before.
all over social media. She's all over social media. Now, I don't look at all social media, but I look at Instagram, and she posts stuff every day because that's the game.
Yeah.
That's the game. That's the game she has to play to keep her profile high,
personal profile,
to keep in people's faces, posting every day.
Does she post, or does like PR people post?
I don't think she's big enough to have her own PR people yet.
So it's actually.
But you're right in what you said. People do post their own PR people.
Yeah. So think of it this way: the videos you're watching where she's jumping up on stage, someone's filming that. So someone's doing that for her. Someone's helping her out in it. But like some people don't have that help. Somebody, and it takes a lot of. I mean, a lot of social media artists they get burnout syndrome, where like, if you imagine that you've got to put out 4 or 5 videos a day, shorts a day of something exciting about your life. No one's life is like that. It's a lot of it is just sat there twiddling your thumbs.
The reason why I said this is because, get ready for this.
Oh,
here it comes.
There we go.
Number 2. The Facebook accounts of certain people.
Never reply back to you.
Well, it's not them.
The barger.
So
it's not them,
like say Bonamassa's.
Oh, is he?
No, so Bonamassa's.
He claims he doesn't remember you from those public toilets back in 1994.
He
bloody does.
He knows.
He's taken exactly.
So his Facebook account, he openly admits he has nothing to do with it. He doesn't even read it.
Yeah.
He has somebody that runs that Facebook account.
Yeah.
Well, but what he does says is what gets posted on Instagram is me.
Yes, it is.
I post on Instagram, but I do not have anything to do with my Facebook account. Right. I have somebody that runs that Facebook account. Yeah. And they will get in touch with me, or I will get in touch with them, and we'll blah 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 this and bit of that, this and this. And he says I don't do that. But Instagram, I post straight to Instagram. Yeah. So that's what I was saying. Does she post on Instagram, or does she have somebody
I bet she's got a
that
team.
does it for?
Now, what we've got here,
for
Louis pointed out that when she jumps up on stage, who's taking that picture of her? Now, she's got very supportive parents, so I'm assuming it's one of her parents. It might not be. She might have, I don't know, she might have a very, I don't know. I don't know who's doing it. I'm not going to guess. I don't know who's doing it.
If you had to guess, who would it be?
If I had to guess, I think it was Sir Rod.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure he's going to be a big fan.
What I mean.
But going back to what you were saying about Bonamassa, he posts at least 4 times a week.
Yeah.
On Instagram, showing you his latest acquisitions, his guitars. And he makes a little comment saying, what do you think to these little beauties? Or it might be, and then somebody will say, what are they? And he'll say, well, it's a 1962, a 64, and it might be a series of SGs. Well, you might have a special, and might all be white or whatever. There's something special about them. All his guitars are something special. They're not necessarily a signature guitar. You know more than I do about what Bonamassa collects, but they're all of some interest. And he posts them all the time, at least 4 times a week. So his collection each week gains by 4. And then you get all these comments about these guitars. But this last week, I had a very interesting comment that he put on. Somebody said, now I don't interact with social media, and I like to follow these people, but I don't interact with them because I'm not going to get positive or negative responses. But somebody said to him, you must be well aware that for $99 you can get a simulator that will actually play exactly what you want through any guitar that you want and make it sound like the guitar you've just posted. And he says, absolutely, I totally agree with you, it will do. But his analogy was that it's like a car. It's not the car, it's the driver. And I quite like that. I quite like that. I'll go with that.
See, what I like about that is when you were just saying this person's going in with Bonamassa, it's actually Bonamassa that's replying to it.
Yeah.
If this guy were to write something on Facebook account, you get, Harry Smith.
There's probably good reasons for that, because Facebook
sat in an office in New York answering him on behalf of Bonamassa.
Yeah.
But people don't realise that.
No.
But it's not Bonamassa on Facebook replying to you.
No.
It's some guy that works for Bonamassa.
And he probably has a good reason for that, because you get a lot more arseholes on Facebook.
Possibly.
So, Adele, do you know Adele? We don't need to mention her surname. We know Adele.
We do Adele.
Hello. Adele.
That's Lionel Richie, isn't it?
Is it?
Hey, that's my song.
Oh, yes, I see you do that. Yes. Foo Fighters.
Digestive face.
That, every time I see Christopher Walken, you say Foo or Foo Fighters.
Christopher Walken on Saturday Night Live asked David Grohl how to pronounce Foo Fighters, because Foo Fighters were playing at the time.
Where's the emphasis?
And he came back to him and said, okay, so where is the emphasis on the name Foo Fighters? Is it Foo of Fighters? Foo Fighters. So
Foo Fighters. And every time I see him that.
So Adele.
She's a Foo.
Adele. Emphasis on the here.
Adele. She. Hello. No, she has been encouraged to remove herself from social media. So she has like a team that do social media for her, like promote her local, recent stuff, whatever like that. And she had access to it, but she got removed access from her own account because
Adele interacted with it more.
Well, Adele isn't that internet savvy or social media savvy. What is she? She's a little bit younger than me. I'm 37, so I think she's about 36 or 5. And she'd like post random pictures of herself when she was drunk, and she'd have like dreadlocks, a bit drunk, and it's looking homeless. Or she'd do live streams where she didn't really understand how things work, and she'd do herself a detriment. So an agency or a team said, look, you can't have access to your own social network. You have to stop.
It's not good for your
So
image.
she's had it taken away from her.
But why?
She were being herself, and they're
So
saying,
she-
no,
yeah.
you're
Yeah.
spoiling her image.
But what's wrong with that?
Well, Adele,
She's been herself on her own account, then do it.
Yeah,
It's
well-
what millions of people around the world do.
But I think when you get to
They
a certain
post
height,
stupid videos of themselves on Facebook. So why can't Adele?
there's a certain height of fame which Adele is at now. Adele's like the celebrity, and
Yeah, it's going to be on
But it
Megastar.
don't matter.
But what happens is that
So what you're saying that
I think you need to. I
that
think
they
I
think that she's not human?
No,
I think what's-
she wants to be that person.
But that's what I'm saying.
Social media people
Are
don't
saying
want
that
her to be.
that you're not human. You can't get
Yeah.
drunk because you're Adele.
No, I think the problem is
No,
that
I can.
Adele being
I
Adele,
do.
she would probably do something or say something wrong or whatever. Like she would go too far with something, and she's so famous that
Well, we had that problem, didn't we?
generally, the more famous you are, the more quiet you have to get because everyone's hunting for information about you. So if you think about any superstar, Michael Jackson, Mick Jagger, they're all like, nobody talks, do they?
No.
Wayne Lawrence.
Wayne Lawrence.
Yeah, I had to calm down a lot. Didn't I?
He did, yeah,
I've done it.
especially that U-Tree stuff.
Rein him in.
To calm down a lot.
I think it was when I got a bit. I think what did it was Louis Gwynn.
So when you went on holiday to that island, what's it now? Sounds like Tangerine, Pepsi. I don't know.
No, I don't know either. Breakspin. Well, I'll try this one.
Yeah.
So, are you ready for another question?
Yes.
So yes, I'm ready for another
Yes.
question.
Do
All
it.
right.
Do it.
The art of the rock concert. What elements make a live rock performance legendary? So, what is it about a certain rock concert that makes it legendary? So, the ones that will come to mind for me would be the inflatables on a Pink Floyd concert. It's when the Stones really opened the gates of arenas, and you got all these like ego stages and stuff. Or now you could go by, is it the LED lights? Is it the interaction you have? What is it that makes a concert legendary? Like Michael Jackson and the statues going down the River Thames.
Yeah.
What is it that contributes to a concert?
Is this a personal question?
Well, yeah, it's whatever you interpret. So, what is it specifically that it contributes to a concert, or what can you
Makes it
reference
great.
of being legendary? Like what can make a gig legendary, or what has made a gig legendary?
Do you want to check this one first?
Oh, away you go.
Well, for me, it would be good lighting. A good light show always stands out. Good choreography in dancers and stuff like that.
Dancers,
You know,
dancing,
like movements and
movements.
all
I know what
together.
dancing is.
All together. But
Speaking of lighting, sorry to interject. What do you think about the current trend at the moment, which I think was started maybe by Coldplay, where people have like wristbands when they enter a concert gig, and it lights up at certain points, and all the audience lights up.
Yeah, why not?
It was cool at first, but now it's like, oh, okay, you're a slave.
Yeah, but why not?
They're trying to be. They've got this thing going at the moment, aren't they? Where they're trying to be zero
Oh yeah, but it's not
carbon
working, is it?
neutral.
It's just greenwashing.
Yeah, and he does apologise for the fact that everybody's going to pick up on the fact that they're moving about in jet planes.
But they have changed the song from yellow to green, haven't they?
I don't know. Have they?
Yeah, they
Why?
They don't sing yellow anymore. They sing green.
Oh,
Why?
I'm joking. I'm joking.
oh right, okay, thank you. 'cause that's
Pretentious.
just
Pretentious.
Sorry, go on, Wayne.
And it was all green.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm going back to Jacko concert that I watched. The lighting was
Michael Jackson.
superb. The dancing, the choreography of just it was second to none, really.
It's an envious show. I'd have liked to see that.
But I like if the lead singer throws out the enthusiasm of the band for me. I like
the energy
Yeah,
matches.
I'm bringing this down to very basic things, mate.
Yeah, I'm thinking
It's not big shows.
if
It's not
that-
big lighting. It's
if
just
that
basic
leads.
things.
I mean, one of the best bands I've seen by an absolute country mile, and they're not a dancey band. They're not really old. They don't do a lot of stuff. It's Stereophonics. They're absolutely amazing. Why?
Yeah.
Because the front man is out of this world. He throws that energy at you. He sings without even trying to sing because he can.
Yeah.
And all the rest of the band, they don't go bouncing about. And
When was the last time
doing
you
them.
saw him?
I went to see him in Manchester about on
About 3 years ago.
Ocher tour. Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah.
So-
When was the last time you saw him?
3
I
years ago.
saw them when I was 15 years old, and they were doing the Just Enough Education to Perform, which was the Mr. Writer song.
I just the reason I say that is because I've been listening to a chap, and I like not all of his stuff, but I like a lot of his stuff. It's quite good. It's like it's semi-poppy actually. It's a bit for me, but I quite like it. It's got a nice approach to it, and I'm really liking it. And it's Pop Morrison. Now, Pop Morrison is the drummer for Stereophonics.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's been the drummer for Stereophonics since 2012.
Since the other one died.
Well, that's why he asked you when you went.
Yeah, I saw him with the original drummer. Yeah, he broke his sticks and he played with his hands for a
like his
bit.
stuff, and it's not drum orientated. You'd think a drummer would have to, let me get on my drums, but he
Yeah,
doesn't.
have
No,
it.
it's like it's almost really laid back, acousticy, vocally orientated.
I think I've watched last 3 concerts that when they've done 2 albums. The last one was Ocher, which would be 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Is
well,
it?
it's been 2012. Pop Morrison, he says. I thought it was
Well,
original real
they're
name.
back in studios now, aren't they, doing another album?
I don't know.
So I'm tipping end of this year, beginning of next year, they might do another tour, which I will go to.
But what is it specifically about a gig, regardless of who the gig is, whether it be Stereophonics,
I
Michael
thi-
Jackson,
I
or,
think-
or Arcade Fire? Like, what makes that gig? I mean, this is probably
A
going to be an
good,
interesting
a good
question.
frontman performance.
But are you wanting record perfection, or are you wanting some sort of nuance in there?
Wow, it's difficult, isn't it? It's a very difficult.
It's a different
Do
question.
you know what I
There's
keep
no
getting
right
drawn?
answer.
As in
do you know what I keep getting drawn
set
to on
list
this one?
wise.
No, I'm just.
What I keep getting drawn to on this is 2 concerts that I've seen. One is the Black Crowes.
Oh, you going to say that?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I really did enjoy that. Because the energy that they put on stage, the music that they put on stage, each musician is very accomplished. And the second one, which you might not really think, I didn't really expect that one, is
Right side Fred.
sorry,
Right side Fred.
no,
Well, they all got the kazoos out.
you put me right off now.
Oh, I'm sorry. The second one is
We went to see him, Sheffield City Hall,
we went to see them
solo artist.
at Sheffield City Hall.
Yeah,
Jose.
Oh, Ray LaMontagne.
Ray LaMontagne.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
enjoyed that concert.
yeah.
Really
Ray
do.
LaMontagne,
Great
yeah.
footman, great voice, great drummer, great band on stage.
The
They got
vibe-
this lovely shuffly drummer.
The vibe was good.
Where
There was a good vibe. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's the vibe, and it's difficult to capture in a net. Like you can't go fishing for vibe, but
no, you can't.
like when it hits, it's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I guess it's same with Black Crowes, because you watched them at a sit down concert.
A sit down concert. Yeah.
Now that's not a good not a good recipe for vibe.
Oh, I just got it.
For
I just got it.
yeah, but like when that vibe,
Yeah.
without sounding like R. Kelly, vibe.
No, it was just
vibe.
the fact that they were at their peak at the time, and they were just so active on stage, so performance wise, very good. And don't forget at this time, there's no backing tracks, there's no fill-ins there's no fill-ins that, there's no massive light show. It was just basic light show, and they had to do it, and it was great. We really enjoyed it. I've said it before on here, and it really I really enjoyed it. And I got the same feeling from a completely different type of gig. Ray LaMontagne.
Oh, opposite ends.
Sorry?
Opposite ends, isn't it?
Completely other end of the spectrum.
Acoustic.
But they've got a great shuffle, and I think it's his producer as well. Great shuffle drummer playing a really old kit of drums. And he's a lovely slide player.
Even
double
the support
bass,
act,
stand-up bass, and
Leo-
he's singing, great singing.
Leona Nessa, the support act, was really good as well.
I can't remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I really enjoyed that gig. I really enjoyed it. Because it was just like you say, the vibe, but they just caught me.
Yeah.
Just caught me. Don't have to be mad and loud and flashy lights.
No.
Just caught me.
I remember being at the front of an Arcade Fire gig in Leeds. I think it was Leeds. I can't quite remember. It was a festival. And was it Leeds or Glastonbury? Anyway, but the vibe was there. The vibe was strong.
Yeah.
Obviously, there was alcohol consumed.
Oof.
I'd previously been to an oxygen bar, which is weird, but the vibe was there. And no, it was Glastonbury. It was Glastonbury 2009, 13. Oh, I don't know, but it was great. Yeah, the vibe was strong.
The vibe was strong.
Yeah.
You?
What, the best gig?
Yeah.
No, but like, what is it the vibe?
Yeah, I think that vibe comes from the
Oh, sorry, you did.
comes from the front man, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If he throws that energy that the band's
Then maybe that's it,
holding
the
back,
energy.
I think his job is to throw it out there to get that communication between band and paying public. I think that's his job. Audience, band. His job is to get that on the same level as band, or to fetch the band up to the same level as what audiences are expecting. And I think if you can get that all on one tier, then it's going to be a great gig. If you're all singing from same hymn sheet,
and it doesn't have to be all singing, all dancing.
No, it's just got to be everybody wanting.
That energy level has to meet.
Yeah, they want to be there. They want to do
Yeah,
it.
you can tell when they don't want to be there.
And that's it. It's just an instant.
You can tell when they're going through the motions.
Even if it's a rainy Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Don't matter. You go in there and you enjoy
if they're on form and you're up for a good day and they're on form and you're ready to participate in that concert,
Okay.
then I think it's there.
Here's another one for you. Hold your hands out like a beggar at a church. Grammy Awards.
Grammys.
Do we need Grammy Awards? Do they mean anything to music anymore? Are they as important as they were once perceived?
I don't think they're as important as they used to be.
No, I don't feel like they are.
They're the American version. We have the Emmys, don't we?
No. I think it's still American. Grammy
As it's Brits, isn't it?
As the
what's
Brit
the
Awards.
Emmys
Emmys is film like TV and stuff. Would they have the Grammys? It's like our Brit Awards, which in the UK.
Right. The reason I said that is because Four Vance has just won an Emmy.
He might have appeared on a TV show.
He's had a song. He wrote a song that was on a film,
right,
or a TV program, and it's just won an Emmy.
Right.
That's not the first one he's done.
No, but
see these Grammy Awards and all this.
But do they mean anything?
No, not now. They don't, because they're all rigged. They're all fixed.
It's like profile stuff, isn't it? It's like
fixed.
It's like 10,000 hits on Instagram. It's the profile hit.
You're not going to see Foy on TV being given the award, though. You're going to see somebody else win it. But
no, he went up.
His next door neighbour.
I've not seen him on TV, but
yeah,
the clip I saw showed him going up on stage collecting the award.
Right.
I don't think they're as important now because they're fixed. I think they're all.
It's all about getting on TV, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they're all fixed.
Because the awards, I think we mentioned it before in this podcast, but the award shows are there as an annual TV show, which it is purely there. It used to be an award show, but now it's a TV show where its purpose is to get as many viewers as possible, or many people talking about on social media as possible.
Yeah.
And in order to do that, they need to give priority spotlight to famous stars, which are going to draw them in. Yeah. So they have to give them awards.
Right. So what they'll do is, what is it usually? LA? Is it something like that? California. Right. So we're going to do it, and the category for this and this is, and you get your 5 people. Then the nominees for, and then it's like, well, AC/DC's on tour. We're Australia that day. They can't make it. They're not fucking winning then.
There's a great clip. I know a couple of episodes back we spoke about Amy Winehouse.
It's just fixed.
There's a great clip where Amy Winehouse had performed at the Grammys, right? And she'd done, I don't know, let's say it's Back to Black. And it's the same year that she was up for Best Album next to Justin Timberlake, right? So somebody's out. So Amy Winehouse has just performed and she's still on stage with the band and she's stood at microphone. But the microphone's not aired live. But the camera's still on it, just for like reactions. And they were going, and the nominees for Best Album is such and such and such and such, and Justin Timberlake, and his album is What Goes Around Comes Around. And and then the shot that they show you of her, she's going, "What goes around comes around." Is that really the name of his album? Like as in like that's pathetic. That's like, and she's like scowling at him, and then they say, and the winner is Amy Winehouse, Back to Black, and she's like, oh my god, and it's Tony Bennett that gives the award, and like, it's an idol for her, but
Check up
but I love the fact that she's like, she's slagging off Justin Timberlake for the name of his album. What goes around comes around. I mean, it's a terrible name, but
yeah, it is. But I just think it's fixed now.
yeah, it holds no legitimacy to me.
No. You could sell, I don't know, 1,000, 2,000 albums more than your next chap in line, and he'll win. And it's like, what?
Yeah,
because you were not there. You're on tour in Japan, and he's made effort to go. He wins it. It's like,
it's a popularity contest, isn't
crap that is.
And who's voting? Like the industry, and the industry is all like.
Of course it is. All backhanders.
It's like with the Oscars. They have an Oscars campaign where they promote things and they pay people off and they
let me slide you this and hey.
It's exactly the same.
Nudge, nudge, and a wink. Stand on your left leg and show your nipple.
I thought that was the Illuminati.
Yeah, it's all the same.
It's the same.
It's all. Yeah, it's just all that. I don't think they carry that thing now that they used to.
No, I don't.
I don't think it's got that. I think it's just a nostalgia thing.
Yeah. It must be nice to win that.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's not as if you win it, you're not going to get them back.
No.
But are they cold, lad?
Well, no, I'm just going to stand on my left leg and show you my nipple.
Oh, nice. Well, what are you putting another jacket on for then? Do you want me to put another?
How do you mean that, Stella?
All right, I'll change barrels. And then I've got some things.
I've just been down cellar, and do you know you're down to your last 42 bottles of white?
Spirit. What?
Do that in front of the camera. That's a good idea.
Right. So, slight interjection of body movements here. Question for you.
Go on then.
I just remember. Right.
So why are you finding it?
No. Can music be considered as a universal language? So
I think so.
Well, let me just break it down a bit. So by that I mean, like, if you go to other cultures in the world, like, would Morrissey translate as well in South Korea?
No.
But so you have things like K-pop, Korean pop sounds so like, it almost sounds like Teletubbies on speed.
Yeah, it does.
Like, so in that respect, you could argue that music isn't a universal language.
No, I think there's an element to it that there's an element to music. Music is universal in a sense that it doesn't necessarily, and we spoke about this before, it doesn't necessarily have to be about the vocal content. It's about the rhythm of the vocal content. It's about the rhythm in general. It's about the music itself. He's back.
He's back.
It's about the music itself. Does it capture? That's why we listen to instrumental music, because it works. It works on a universal level. So lyrically, things will not work in context in different languages.
So what about this then? So in China and Japan, they have
Chinese writing.
Well, they have tribute artists, don't they? And there's a lot of them that do like Oasis and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Which we can all get our head around. Yeah. But in English-speaking languages, we don't have any Chinese cover bands.
Why is there any Chinese bands?
There will be, yeah. But we don't. So
we're not.
But you know what I mean?
They don't actually break through to mainstream, strangely enough.
So
I don't know no Chinese bands.
No, you don't.
So
they don't break through.
So is contemporary music as universal as we'd like to think it is, or are we looking from the rosy side of the garden? Because oddly enough, like, England is this very tiny island just on the outside of Europe, and which is this profound export, which is music. Like, no other country has the impact of music that the UK does.
No.
Well, yes, you're right in what you say. if you're going on scale of countries, yeah, America has a quite a decent impact on the music throughout the world. But we are, in comparison to America, we're
Sure,
just an island off off of America.
I know, but sure, but they got a lot of their stuff from us, and they take.
Oh, we did it in reverse as well. We
Well,
did
we
it
introduced
in
it,
reverse as well. But when you look at our country, we look at Great Britain, UK, and you compare the scale of what we are compared to America. There's something going on here.
Yeah.
There's something going on that makes us a little bit more special, because then you've got the size of South America. You've got all the Latin American music that is very vibrant and very popular, but it never breaks through very much. And then you've got the other continents that is quite big. The European music is not that good.
Well,
when you listen to German pop music, have you listened to German pop
music? I think you get quite a few Scandinavian ones, don't you?
Funnily enough, Wayne, you're right there, because the Scandinavian rock scene is quite it's quite big. It's quite big.
I would say there's more Scandinavian bands, artists, than like your Spanish or your French or your Italians.
Have you heard many French rock bands?
That come through.
There's a reason why they've not broke through.
I went to a wedding in Belgium, right? And they had two versions of YMCA. YMCA that we all know and love, which draws in a crowd. And then there was the Belgian version, and it was and it was basically YMCA with
Is it the same song but sung in Belgium?
No, it was different. It was the same.
It was
the same song sung by different people, but with a, as I can only describe as a and everyone went nuts for it. They all were squealing on the stage.
Did they make that noise?
Squealing like
no,
pigs.
like
pigs. No, but the rhythm was like all the Belgian songs were pretty much normal songs, but like a you might not know this artist, but Scooter, which is a 90s guy who did like dance stuff, and he generally just shouts Scooter throughout his songs, but it was like
like a bit of a polka thing going on.
Oh yeah, a bit of a European polka thing. It was terrible. Oh, hello, what's happening?
Oh, he took his shirt off.
We've changed.
Changed his shirt.
We're back.
Oh.
And we're paused.
We're paused.
Oh yes. Video pause. Continue watching? Question mark. But yeah,
that's an interesting
European music.
It's a good look there.
I need to check that barrel.
Are you going for barrel now?
I'm gonna have. I daren't let this barrel go dry.
Oh. Sorry about this, listener.
We've got the barrel one.
We have to keep a check on whether the barrel is full or half full or needs changing. And at some stage throughout the night, you have to change the barrel.
And you have to take it in turns.
Yeah.
Because it's not fair just one person going and checking barrel all the time.
So you were saying earlier, you've got a good story about Bonamassa.
Yeah, but I can't remember it.
Well, I'm not buying that. You can't remember your Bonamassa story.
I know. I wrote it. I'd heard it on. What were I listening to now?
You can't remember that?
No, I can't. I can't remember if it were a podcast or it was something like that. Anyway, and they said this thing about Bonamassa. I'm like, really? I've not heard that one. That's all right. Yeah.
Oh
and
wow!
And I made notes on it, and I can't find notes, and I can't remember what it was.
Well, good chat.
Oh, I'm good.
No, unfortunately not. Okay, right. Well, okay. Oh, let's check the barrel.
Is it all right?
That's dry.
Oh,
dry.
God.
That's fat in it though, it's fine. Oh.
So apparently we're all familiar with the guy, Norman Cook, Fatboy Slim.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, apparently he's suing a photographer.
Oh, right, what for?
For $1,100.
That's very specific.
Because during his concert,
Oh yeah.
the photographer nearly hit him with a drone.
Oh, okay, that'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But why? What I found, I mean, I found it funny that you never got it with a drum. But what I also found funny is, why $1,100?
Must be set like a set weird legal feel.
I thought,
can't
that's
speak.
that's an odd number.
It is very specific, isn't it?
Why why not just say, I'm suing him? Why suing him for $1,100? I thought, oh, that's odd. I mean, yeah.
I'd like to know how close he came with his drone. Was he actually struck by the drone?
No, he wasn't struck by it. It was a near miss, apparently.
Oh, right. Well, there's no harm, no
No
foul, right?
contact were made then.
As he said, it was a near miss.
We've all had near
what's he
misses.
worried about then?
I don't know.
Yeah, just.
But he's suing photographer anyway.
I don't know how far I'll get with that one.
Here's a question for you: the rise of podcasts and their influence.
To what? Sorry.
The rise of podcasts and their influence, right? So,
well, I suppose we're
wait.
we're
On
at the thick end of this, aren't we?
their influence on music discovery specifically. So, how are podcasts changing the way we find and enjoy new music? Now, and the reason why I'm posing this question is because I know that you two both utilize podcasts a lot to discover new elements of music.
We do.
Correct. Yeah.
And it's a bit of a revelation for you both in the realm of entertainment.
Well, revelation might be a bit strong, but
Yeah.
I do enjoy podcasts.
Well, I say revelation because it wasn't that long ago that you didn't really consume podcasts that much.
No, I didn't.
And me, even shorter.
Yes, you're what's known as a munchkin.
I am, yes.
I always I came into
And me, even a shorter person.
I came into podcasts, and I would sort of, once you start, you snowball, you go down rabbit holes, and you find different ones that you like. And there's a plethora out there of podcasts to listen to. And a good friend of ours, John, we recommended some podcasts to him, and he's gone down the same rabbit hole, and he just does that.
He's not been seen since, has he?
He's not been seen since. No,
Last
he
time
was a
someone saw
YouTube man. All he used to do was go onto YouTube. But since he's discovered podcasts,
all he says is, "I'm late, I'm late, I'm late."
no, he just does. He's looking for different podcasts all the time to fill that gap, I suppose. And YouTube's have become slightly secondary. And I'm the same. I'm always on the lookout for a new podcast that piques my interest, shall we say. I haven't found I think I've been through that many.
What's a solid musical podcast that you enjoy?
The what, sorry?
What's a solid music-related podcast that you enjoy?
I do enjoy...
Now, you did say you discarded YouTube, but I think that was an error because there are things like Rick Beato. And,
no, I treat them separately because he has got a
it needs
YouTube
to be
channel as well.
It needs, excuse me, hiccups. It needs to be purely audio then.
Yeah, I look at Rick Beato on YouTube and I treat it... It's almost to me like a visual podcast.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
I
don't look at many on YouTube.
It's the catch-22 really with podcasts now. So originally it used to be okay, well, you do a podcast and it just be audio, and then how do you increase the listeners? Well, you need to film it and then you need to put it on YouTube. So then it's no longer a radio or podcast show.
Yeah,
it's a show that you're putting on. Hence why you're watching it now. If you're watching it, if you're not, then you're a purist. But yeah, it's the only way you can progress something.
I like. There's certain podcasts that I do like, and I listen to them regularly because I find the content quite good. I can't remember.
I find what podcasts are for me is so specifically if I'm driving somewhere. So there was a time when I was driving to the south coast of England. So I live in South Yorkshire. So when I was driving down to Cornwall, it's, let's say, 5 hours away. Now, to some people in the world, that's probably not a long time. But if the way that I broke it down to myself was if I listened to 2 podcasts, specifically Joe Rogan podcast were like 2 hours ish, nearly 3 hours. That's like 2 podcasts and a bit of music. That time just flies by, and I'm basically earwigging on a conversation, and I'm learning things. I'm just listening to other people's opinions. Whereas if I'm listening to 5 hours worth of 3-minute songs, the time feels a lot longer.
I get that. Yeah, I get
So
that.
specifically with car journeys, it's amazing.
Yeah, I get
But
that.
podcast, especially if it's from someone that's talking about something interesting in the field that you're interested
Broken
in.
Record
Yes, with Rick Rubin.
with Rick Rubin. Not all of them are good, but the vast majority of them are quite interesting.
They're informative,
Yeah.
and you learn things, and it feels like it's feeding the brain rather than taking attention away from the brain.
I do like occasional raconteurs because the two people that host it, Guy Pratt and Gary Kemp, they're all right, but they're sometimes great on me.
Yeah, but they're a bit cheesy, aren't they? In
They're a
general?
little bit cheesy,
they
but
are cheesy.
it's a great podcast. I do like it because they have some interesting guests on, and the conversation it's okay. I like it, and I do like Word in Your Ear. It's
Yeah.
yeah, Word in Your Ear. Mark Allen and David Epworth. I do like that one because it's a lot of chat about, although they are really fixated on the Beatles, unfortunately. No,
To be fair, I think
to be fair.
some people could accuse us of the same
But
thing,
they
even
have
though we're not.
they've been a music journalist for a lot of years and since early 70s, and they've worked in all major magazines and broadsheets. They know a lot about it. They've talked a lot about it. They've spoke a lot about it. And it's very interesting, and the knowledge of it is very good. They've got some great stories, and that's where I get most of my stories from. So I do like that one. I recommended it to you a couple of years ago now, but I don't know how far you've taken that one.
I don't think I think I've forgot about it because when you've just mentioned that, I thought I've never heard of that.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I ain't got time for that.
I thought you'd been listening to it.
No, and as you went, I thought, oh wait a minute, I think he's mentioned this before, but no, I've not listened to any of it.
Yeah,
The main two I listen to, or I listen to raconteurs as well, and if you can get over the cheesiness of them, because they are a little bit up my own arse and up each other's arse.
Ooh,
Sounds
it's not one of them
spicy.
shows, is it?
I think if you can get over that, they're quite good. I mean, the best ones they have is Coverdale ones. They're brilliant. But my main one that I do like, and I know you sometimes have problems with it, is the Mick Wall one.
Yeah.
I think the Mick Wall ones are brilliant. With
Yeah.
Johnny Hutton. I know he does Mick Wall one, and he's done Dead Rock Stars ones and stuff like that. But I mean, the Dead Rock Stars one was a great series.
Yeah, Dead Rock Stars with
Brilliant.
John Houghton, not John Hutton.
Houghton, I said, didn't I?
And
Johnny, the Great Interrupter.
The Great Interrupter, and Mick Wall, who's been a music journalist for a lot of years.
I like Mick Wall stuff.
He's wrote probably 40 books on different people.
Yeah, I've got about 6 of them.
You are?
7 of them.
Yeah, it's good. I don't mind.
I like
I have a problem with Mick because
I know you do.
Sometimes if he's not talking, he's not happy. And somebody is talking, he's not happy. So it's got to be him talking.
Oh, I don't know. I don't get that.
It's a bit...
I don't mind him.
There's a reason, and I've said this before to you, there's a reason why he's fell out with everybody he's ever met.
Oh, yeah. I get that. But I just think when he does his podcasts, the stories and the way that he tells them and how he relates it across to you.
Yeah.
And
he has got some good stories. He's the bloke that sat in Ozzy Osbourne's apartment and got off his tits on everything that Ozzy Osbourne's got.
Yeah.
He is the bloke that's done that. He is the bloke that's fell out of the car and gone to...
He is the bloke that's had to babysit Slash.
Yeah. But how much of that story is Mick Wall being, look what I've done, and how much of it is...
But it doesn't matter as long as it's the story that you're getting. I don't mind.
It does matter.
I don't mind the fact that it might be big in his son. No, I want to hear a story.
Yeah, but how much of the story is big, though?
Yeah. Sounds like a bit of
Well, the thing is I like to look at it as the factors.
There's some bits of it he can't alter
It
because
can't.
it might
No,
be factual.
it
Because
can't
it might be
bullshit.
dates.
It
might
can't
be.
bullshit because.
But he can tell you what he wants if he's in a room with somebody.
Well, I don't think he can tell you what he wants because he's actually putting it out there in the public eye. He's actually putting his name to this, which is found by lawsuits if it's wrong.
Well, if it's the case of,
So I think what he's telling you is it's.
I know.
damn near the
I'm a big
truth.
fan, Wayne. I'm a big fan, but I do think he likes to gild the lily. He likes to just.
He knows how to tell a good story.
Yeah. That's why he's a music journalist.
That's why.
But he's a journalist. I think it's the way that he tells it, the words that he uses, how he describes it. He's a journalist.
How he embellishes.
He knows
He's
how.
good at greasing the wheel.
He knows how to talk.
Yeah.
He knows how to put something across to
So
you.
journalists, when
with
they're
words
focused
that-
on their own persona, it's
Yeah.
basically a salesman, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think it's more of that how he comes across.
Yeah, I don't mind him. I don't mind him.
But yeah, anyway,
Well,
but yeah.
I do mind him. He gets right on my tits sometimes.
I like my
but,
wall. I like the old.
But I like listening to the show. It's one of the. Excuse me. It's one of the few shows that I have automatic download on.
Yeah. The best podcast I've ever listened to, without shoving out,
Listenland.
is apart from Listenerland,
All right.
has got to be the Dead Rock Stars one, the Bonham one.
Oh, right. Why do you like that one?
I just think it had everything that you could want from a podcast. It had got information, it had got funniness, it had got facts and figures, and it just got everything in it.
Everything you don't get from this one.
No, you got
No. You get exactly what you want from this one.
you do.
Take what you want.
So, right, we're in a new year. Yeah,
We are.
2024.
Yep.
What are your predictions for 2024 within the music industry? And I'll tell you this. I'll kick it off by saying this.
Ooh.
So last year, on average, 100,000 songs were uploaded to Spotify each day.
Yeah. Amazing number. That,
And they're
isn't it?
projecting that next year, or this year, sorry, over the next 12 months, it'll be double that.
Yeah.
200,000 songs per year.
Yeah.
The music, making money out of music will not be easy.
But some of them do it not to make money. They know it's not going to make any money.
Yeah.
Well, that's just because they enjoy the art. But like,
I'll give you an example.
and some of them do it.
There's a
Knowing
Japanese.
it's crap.
Sorry?
Are we keeping you awake?
Yeah.
I will try and find my notes on this one because I want to give you his name. But there's a Japanese artist. He does ambient music. And what he does is, and he's done it since 2000, the year 2000. He releases an album every day. Ooh, I think Wayne's trying to gesticulate that he needs bigger ears. He's released an album every day for the last 4 years now. And I want to find his name for you because it's quite an interesting fella. But every track lasts 20 minutes and 20 seconds.
Why?
I don't know. He has no explanation for
20 minutes and 20 seconds
20 minutes.
per track.
He
No,
has no
it's-
explanation for it.
each album.
You said track.
I'm sorry.
Oh, well, all right.
I was
each
gonna say, oh
album,
my
but
God.
even so, that each album lasts that same amount of time, and he
Yeah.
has no explanation for it. He's doing it on purpose. It's not a coincidence.
Yes,
Oh, it's
yes,
not coincidence. No, it's on purpose. Yeah.
So- but he has no explanation for it.
No, it doesn't give any explanation for
Oh,
it.
okay.
That's I think it's a bit of a
Bit of an art guy.
yeah. He wants to do things in a certain way. And he's doing
2020, it sounds it.
He gets up at 5 o'clock every day. He watches European football.
No, he's a fucking weirdo, isn't he?
He gets up at 5 o'clock every day, watches European football because he likes football. So he's obviously watching Tottenham.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
That's why he's a
watching
weirdo.
Tottenham. That's-
And then he goes into his studio and plays ambient music
For 20 minutes and 20 seconds.
for 20 minutes and 20 seconds and post it as an album.
Well, I ain't got time for that.
Wayne's not got time for that. I got
What?
time for
And I
that.
can't find it. And I wish I could find his name.
You need to find his name because I'm
I
going
do need to
to
find his name.
email him.
Why? And he's still doing it.
How old is he?
I don't know. I can't answer that one, man, because I've not
Met him.
met him. He's
Okay.
a Japanese fella.
While you're finding that, then let me ask you another question.
Go on then.
What makes now? This is a difficult question, and there's no real answer. But
So it's a trick question.
no, what's an opinion?
Okay.
What makes a classic album?
Oh, you asked us this.
Did I?
I think so.
What makes a classic
Classic
album?
concert. Sorry. Oh, you can't quantify it, can you?
No, I don't think you can on that one. That's an odd question.
Well,
that.
here's what I want to also project to you: is it the fact that you've been told it's a classic album? So, I was born after.
Under a Wandering Star.
Well, I was born after Dark Side of the Moon came out,
Right?
And
I've been told that it's a classic album.
Yeah, I get your point.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah.
Right, and the imagery of it, and I've been, it's been thrown at me like biblical.
Yeah.
Right. So is a classic album just something that has been preached at you?
Yeah, I get that.
I mean, it's a great
classic
album.
artist. It's a classic artist, somebody that's been told, "Oh yeah, you've got to. These are Led Zeppelin are the best band that's ever been."
you have to listen to
these.
these.
In the same respect, is a classic album an album that's had enough money to market it, like Led Zeppelin? Because let's not pretend that Led Zeppelin weren't a chuffing supergroup. They were massive in the 70s. They were the biggest thing.
Yeah.
So any album they dropped, everyone was excited about. They weren't an underground artist.
First one.
Yeah, but they weren't an underground artist. And even the first album, they started lots of connections to create a lot of buzz. So
it took them to get to America before they started to get the buzz.
So for a classic album, like, is it marketing? Or you could say when your parents say to you, "Oh, this is a classic album," that is as much marketing as when
it would be very impressionable on a young mind, wouldn't it?
On a young mind, a magazine saying the same thing.
Yeah, I get that.
So genuinely, what makes a classic album? Or could you just make a classic album by throwing enough money at it?
No.
I think people have tried it past, but that's failed.
No, I don't think you can. I don't think money makes a classic album.
Do you know?
At all. No.
There's certain things that happen at certain times to make certain things relevant and important. I don't know. There's certain things that become game changers. Look at War Pigs by Black Sabbath. If you listen to that track, I know this is a bit of a strange comment, that it's a bit of a random one, but if you listen to that track, it's got about, and I don't know how to quantify this because I'm going to use it in loose musical terms. Movements. If it starts off in one particular thing, it goes into the next particular thing, it's got about 6 phases to it.
Right.
It's got we all know about the chorus, verse, intro, outro, and the rules are about the structure's about the same. But in War Pigs, it's got about 6 verses, 6 pieces to it, and then outro goes on and it goes out. Now that album was the beginning of metal.
Yeah.
Defining point of metal, I think, anyway.
Yeah.
And certain tracks, you couldn't make that up. You couldn't put enough. There's no amount of money you could put behind that.
No.
Come up, gentlemen, with this. We're going to give you all these equipment. We're going to give you all this money. Create me.
No, I think it's the other way around. I think that part of the. I think that. Hold on.
So you said this some months ago.
It's
you
the
put
iceberg
some
effect.
people in a room with some instruments, and they will create something.
Yeah. 4 walls and silence, but I think that Black Sabbath was just the tip of the iceberg in the idea that you've just said, right? The tip of the iceberg, but what's behind that is an industry, right? a musical machine that wants to produce wants to create money. So regardless of whether it's Black Sabbath or Justin Bieber, the idea is to make money, and they've got a product. And how do we get this product to make more money? We advertise it more.
Oh yeah.
And I think that we have all been duped into believing that certain things are legendary. Not all of them, but I think a lot of cultural moments within musical history has been bought.
I mean, foisted upon us.
We've been sold it and we bought it without even knowing.
Oh, yeah. I think If you'd have put it that way in the first place, I would have
Well,
understood it.
I
get you now.
What makes a classic album is essentially what comes down to how much money is available or what manipulation are the
who shouts the loudest.
But throwing money at War Pigs wouldn't have made it any better.
It might have, though.
I don't think it would have done. I think it's a great track anyway. It's a classic. It's a great.
Don't forget that they've already recorded
track.
it. It's the way that it's been put out there.
But I don't think throwing another, I don't know, let's say
I get Louis' point in that
another £2 million at it wouldn't have made it any better.
That is a standalone track. But we are fed information. We are fed. I mean, you mentioned him earlier, Mick Wall. If he got a bottle of champagne, he would put that his favourite track, even though it weren't, as his pick of the week. He would say, "Oh yeah, if what they call it, Ozzy's wife, Sharon. If Sharon sent him,
well, she did, didn't she?
Champagne. Oh, you got to listen to this album because it's brilliant.
Yeah,
you know
I can't remember the story now. Something happened to him, and Sharon sent something, like flowers or chocolates or wine or something to his house, and the week after, he gave Ozzy a 5-star rating.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
I can't remember
like
the
when you think
incident
about
or the
David Bowie
story.
and Ziggy Stardust. It's not that. I don't. I mean, apart from artistic integrity, I feel like a lot of this stuff with the glam rock stuff was there to grab headlines, to be outrageous, to be, oh, they're dressed like this, or he's wearing that, or he shaved his eyebrows off, and it's to get headlines, to get people talking about it, to create a buzz around it, which would have normally been bought.
Yeah. Every genre is the same.
Every genre is the same. Yeah, so
and it's not altered.
No, it hasn't. But the difference being is that albums aren't important anymore. It's singles and Instagram likes.
Yeah.
And endorsements.
And it goes exactly the same as what you've just been saying. Well, about half an hour ago, about unless you go on Instagram doing a little song and dance.
Yeah.
That's a little song and dance, isn't it? That's the way they're selling it.
So
get all over Instagram, get all over social media. They're all talking about it. So it's like when you read a comment about some new film that's coming out. The critics are calling this the best thing this year. Well, give me the names of these critics who are saying this. Well, my mother said.
Yeah, well, it just has
it's the best thing this year.
So
that's how they do it.
In that respect, if I was asked the question of what makes a classic album, I don't really know. And it will be pretty much backed upon the same thing what we're talking about with gigs, with the vibe of it. So Exile on Main Street is one of my favourite albums, but I very rarely listen to it. But I know that
but is it a classic album, or is it just one of your favourites?
It's one of my it's a classic album to me.
That's the difference. You can't say this is a classic album because I say so. It's a classic album to you.
Yeah.
Like give me a Bonamassa album.
Blues Deluxe.
Blues Deluxe is a classic album to you.
Well, yeah. That's it, yeah.
There you go.
How did you know?
Just more.
They don't call me Poirot for nothing.
Yeah.
Poirot.
No, but it is, isn't it? So to you, that's a classic album.
Yeah.
To the fellow that lives 2 or 3 streets down there.
Might think it's shite.
That's not. I like Royal Tea.
Yeah. No.
Oh.
Well.
Absolutely not. No, I've got something I need to say.
All right, go on then.
Just a quick one. Good
night.
So, I've saved this one of my last ones because I thought you guys would have picked up on this.
All right.
But none of you mentioned it. I was telling you earlier, wasn't
Oh, did you fart earlier?
Yeah.
Ah,
No. So
you,
Noel
you'd
Gallagher.
have picked up on that.
So Noel Gallagher
Oh,
As-
is he? Look, he just loves bringing old Gallagher's in, doesn't
is been back in the studio.
Oh, Black Keys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Black Keys have a
Black
new
Keys.
album out.
Oh, the people that will never play Glastonbury.
Oh, you've got a beef at... Yeah, well, okay.
have.
So
yeah,
Black
yeah.
Keys apparently have a new album coming out. It's the first album of new songs
The new song's pretty good as well.
for 15 years.
It's a while, wasn't it?
No, it's not 15
That's
years.
what it said.
Rubbish.
It said
No.
it said new songs.
Cobblers. No, it's not 15 years.
They might have
Well,
done a cover.
I don't know.
Absolutely not 15 years.
I don't know. That's what that in the article. That's what it said.
No.
And Noel Gallagher is appearing on it, and it said something else, but I can't remember what it was, and I've not wrote it down. It just says some other chap.
Yeah. Or maybe in new albums. No, it's not 15 years.
And can I just throw this one out there because we mention we've mentioned her quite a bit, but Fox News has just
I won't have
Fake.
anything to do with those.
fake news.
Fake news.
I think I've heard this
Fox
sometime.
News has just said that Taylor Swift is
Yeah.
working for the government.
Oh.
Yeah, she's a
She's-
government plant. For
She's
the,
a convert
for political.
political agenda.
Yeah, she's
You can
work-
see how they're going to do that, though, aren't you? You can see how they're going to use that.
No,
Well,
I don't know
yeah.
about you, but
Yeah.
I've not known Fox News to be crazy about anything.
No.
Yeah, I don't think
You
they've
can
said
see how
any
they're
weird
gonna-
stuff.
You can see how they're going to do it.
But yeah. But I mean,
That
as
is.
far as I know, she's not come out with a statement yet.
She's not going to justify it by doing the statement, is she?
But well, I think she
No,
needs
I don't
to.
think she will. I think
She
she just
doesn't need
ignore
to,
it.
I don't-
She just ignore it.
Just shake it
Yeah.
off.
That is what like talk radio is like in America. They make statements like that all the time, and you think, oh my God, what are they on? But they do it all the time, so you get used to it after a while. I've got a story for you.
Go on then.
Do you want to say it now, or do you want to save it?
I don't want to tell you now
All
because
right.
you're desperate to just shut this down, aren't you? We got time?
No, we're fine.
Okay.
We've got as much time as you want.
You've got.
Oh.
You keep looking at that.
It's because we're on an hour and 10 minutes.
Okay.
So
But I've got a story.
save
Back
it.
in
So there's three little bears.
Back in
Three
the
little
day,
pigs.
Back in the day,
Back in the day.
The Cure have gone to play Glasgow. Now this is, the early days of Cure, and they've gone up to play Glasgow. And in this little group of people left the stage, there's a music journalist who's gone to cover this concert, and there's the tour manager, and there's the owner or the manager of the venue. And they're having a conversation, and the tour manager says to the venue manager, I must get some mineral water for Robert. He needs mineral water. Really? He says, yes, he likes mineral water because it's good for his voice. Really? He says, yeah. He says, have you got some mineral water? He says, no. This bar doesn't sell mineral water. You sell a sausage.
A shot for sure eyes.
You're a sight for sure eyes. This is Glasgow.
You're hiding the right way for a schmack bottom.
Yes, a good spanking.
or one in the nose.
So he says, I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean. He says, no, we don't sell mineral water. He says,
Surely you can't be serious.
don't spoil it for me.
Sorry.
He says, no. Oh, right. Well, there's a bar across the road. I'll go over there and get some mineral water from there. He says, listen, let me tell you. If the Glaswegians knew that you could make money out of selling mineral water, the Clyde would run dry.
All right.
All that for a
Wayne, on that note.
Goodbye.